How would you describe your progress here, preparing for your senior season, where you're at as a quarterback prospect right now?
Right. I say I'm doing really good. I just transferred back to Miami Central in Florida, so that's going very well. Just getting the offense down, getting all that stuff down. But, my overall game, I feel like there's a lot of stuff that I'm doing well and doing good on. I feel like the biggest thing for me is really just my body, getting my body college ready. I feel like I have all the tools to make every throw that I need to, but just getting my body ready and for those hits in the college level.
What's your measurements right now? Like, what do you height, weight today?
6'5", about 198.
Where did you compete last year, weight-wise, as a junior?
I wasn't even close. I was like 180.
So what's working? How have you been able to put on that weight?
To be honest, I've been milkshakes. It's just been milkshakes, food, constantly just eating. Because, I'm a slim guy. I've always been skinny. So just putting that weight on, I feel like it'll help me. Well, but also keeping my athleticism.
Where do you need to get? What weight would you like to be at by the time you get to college?
By the time I get to college, I'm trying to be 205.
Is that January?
That's correct.
Okay.
Yes,
and so what does January enrollment mean to you? Why is that a big deal?
Right, yeah, that's obviously a big deal because, you get there early, you get there for the spring instead of the summer. So, you pretty much have a whole mini season before you go into the real season. So, it's just a big advantage going instead of in the summer because in the summer, you're going in there, everything's already going, you know what I mean? It's crazy, it's hectic. So just being able to graduate early and go up there early is going to be a real big factor for me and help me a lot.
Why are you back at Miami Central? Why was this the right move for you?
Right, most definitely. My auntie had some stuff going on health-wise and stuff like that, so we had to move back to Colorado to, make sure she's okay and her health issues are okay. So, but no, she promised when she was good that she was going to take me back to Central. But to be honest, the move back, it kind of just happened. But yeah.
There's a spotlight on that program every single year. What do you have an opportunity ahead of you? What can you accomplish? What can you maybe prove at that program in that kind of a spotlight this year?
Right, yeah. I think I have a chance to prove I'm the best quarterback in the country.
And why, when you look at that Miami Central opportunity, you're going to have a bullseye on your back every week, and you're already Penn State commit. You've been around, though, in the recruiting spotlight for a while, if I recall correctly. Are there any misconceptions about who you are as a recruit, as a player, as a person out there, you think?
Yeah, I say there's a lot of, things that people obviously have to say about me because, the transfer rules, they don't know my whole story. So, I'm going to just let people talk. I let people do their thing. That's their job. I play on the field. I do what I need to do on the field. So, I keep my family around me. I keep good people around me, keep my head focused, and keep it on tight to where I don't even worry about all that other stuff.
I'm not sure if you ever thought you'd be working under the direction of Mike Yursich, but here you were again today.
Right.
What was that like? Was it a little bit of breaking the ice with him? It had to be some awkward.
Right.
To it.
It was at first. It's always good just to see Coach. Just tell him hi, see how he's doing, stuff like that. But obviously, you got to break the ice just because of everything that went on. But I'm a mature enough kid where I can do that. I'll do that one-on-one, and I'll talk to him straight up and tell him what I think, what happened, why it happened. So we had a real good talk, and he's a great coach.
Yeah, I'm not asking for details, but did he have any general message for you today?
Right. Yeah. Just keep being me. I feel like that was the biggest thing is you're a special person, you're a special player, so just keep being that. You don't need to change what you're doing.
And was this your first time communicating with him since he was let go? Okay.
Yeah.
And then Andy Kotelnicki, the new guy on campus, what's that relationship been like? What stands out about him, his philosophy, what he can do for a quarterback?
Right. He's huge. He's been a huge, advantage to where, I talk to him almost every day, just, about offense, stuff like that. I think he's an offensive genius. The way, he shifts, the amount of motions they have in the offense. It's just, it's a lot. There's a lot of movement, so it's hard for the defense to keep their eyes, in the backfield. They don't know what's going on. So, I think it's going to be huge, and I think Drew's going to have a real big year this year.
And then with Danny being named full-time quarterbacks coach, how did you take that news, and what do you think it means for the team?
Right, yeah. No, that was awesome. I love that. That was the first guy I really connected, really with, hard when I got to Penn State was Coach O'Brien. That's been my guy since the beginning. So.
And have you developed any kind of a rapport with any of the quarterbacks in the room? I know Drew's out here today. Are you trying to be engaged with those guys as much as you can?
Most definitely, yeah. I talked to Drew. I talked to Bo. I talked to Ethan, even Jackson. I talked to all of them. So, just talking to them and, because obviously they've been through it. They're going through it right now, what I'm going to go through. So, just having that advantage of oh, I already know what to expect before I even walk in the door. I feel like that's just a big thing for me, just getting that from them.
I know it's a quick turnaround trip for you, but are you taking time to get the facilities, see anybody at Penn State building, or is this just to get to the Elite 11 and get home?
Oh, no. I was up there a little bit yesterday. Yeah.
What did you do yesterday?
Yesterday, I really just chilled, man. It's just, going around talking to some of the coaches. Talked to Dia Bell at the junior day, so I ran into him, talked to him, got to tell him, why I committed and why stuff like that. So, that was really
Don't usually hear about quarterbacks recruiting other quarterbacks, but is it something are you kind of just trying to make sure that room stays good, move long term? Were you in his ear a bit?
Most definitely. I want Penn State to be the best we can be. So, just bringing in as much talent as we can get, I feel like all it's going to do is elevate the room. Everybody's just going to have to bring their game up. If you don't, then you're just going to lag behind. So.
And on that subject, what are your thoughts about this? Potentially, if it were to get to that point, it's a 2-quarterback class. If there was to be a right fit, how are you with that? How's the dialogue been with the staff about that possibility?
Right. I told them, they told me. I'm 100% fine with that. I have no problem, being in competition because, I'm going to be in the competition anyway when I get there. So, just having another guy to compete with is great for me. It just adds extra competition.
Do you have any feedback on what you saw from Matt Henderson today, the new tight end commit, guy that my first time seeing him today, new kid of the class? What do you make of him?
Athletic freak. That's what I think of him. He's real raw. He has so much talent that I think just hasn't been tapped into. He's just a very raw athlete. He can jump, catch, he can run, he can do a lot of great things. So having him, that's gonna be a big one for sure.
And staying at tight end, how big would it be to get Andrew Olesh on board?
That would be a real big one. We got Brady, we got Matt. So having another, that would be crazy.
What do you think about his game?
Man, he's a beast. I honestly compare him to Kelsey because you can move him inside, you can move him out. He does a lot of different things very well. So he knows how to run routes, sit in grass, find open grass. He knows a lot of those things. So he's a really smart football player, I feel like.
One more name to throw your way. Sorry, Lyric Samuel was also here. He's fun to watch. What I don't know if you've thrown with him before, but what kind of a receiver is he?
He's a highlight reel. Every time you throw him the ball, he's either dunking on someone's head or making a big play. So that's just the kind of kid he is. He has that ego about him. I love it. I love when we got wide receivers like that want to be a dog and want to go catch the ball. So.
Quarterbacks become natural leaders of classes even before they arrive. How much are you kind of trying to embrace that role, being somebody who helps keep this class together and even grows it?
Right, yeah, I think that's a huge thing, because, it starts with the quarterback. That's the one who's got the ball in their hands at the end of the day. So, once you have that guy, I feel like all the other pieces, once they see there's a real commitment in the quarterback room and they have a guy, I feel like all the other pieces fell into place, and that's exactly what's happening now. So,
how can you be that guy from Miami? You're not going to be an hour away. You can't pop in every single time there's an event on campus. How can you be a class leader?
I FaceTime them. We got our own group chats. We do everything. Me and those dudes text every day. It's a great bond. We're already building, having FaceTime. The whole group chat, just FaceTime, just have fun time. So it'll be good.
I got one more for you. When are you coming back next? Are you going to camp? Is it an official visit? What's the plan for you next month?
I'll be up here June 14th through the 16th for my official visit.
Okay, so you won't camp that trip then, right? I don't think you can camp on official visit.
I don't think so. I think I'll come again though.
Likely for a camp. Okay, cool.
Going back to Miami, how close did you stay with people in that area, and how have they kind of embraced you?
To be honest, I wasn't really worried about that stuff. I was worried about my auntie.
Right.
I was worried about her health, and that's what it came down to. I was gonna do the best thing for my family, and that's what it was.
But just having the opportunity to go back, did you stay connected with them while you were out there?
Most definitely. I obviously didn't talk to the coaches as much. I talked to the players. It was real good talking to them because I built a brotherhood with them when I was there before. So just leaving, they didn't really know why I left. So I explained things to them, and because that's how it goes. Media throws stuff out there, and that's just how it's gonna be. But when they came to me, I told them the truth, and them boys are bought in now.
You gave Tyler your measurements. Do you recall what your wingspan is? Because that looks kind of unique for a QB.
75, 76, yeah.
And shoe size?
Shoe size, 13 and a half.
You're a guy, how much, you talked about getting to 205,
right.
But do you feel your frame's going to be able to carry that and maybe even a little bit more when you get to school?
Definitely. I think I'll come here at 205, and I think I'm going to jump tremendously because the nutrition they have, the nutrition plan, the weight staff, it's great at Penn State. So, I go up there at 205 and I do what I'm supposed to do. I feel like, after my freshman year, I'll be around 220, 225-ish, I feel like.
And then one last one. You have a unique first name.
Yes, sir.
Can you explain how you got that name or what it means?
So Bekkem, I got it because David Beckham, the soccer player.
But it's spelled different, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
it is spelled different. So, I mean, my mom and dad, you know, they just came up with it, and they like David Beckham, so they went with that. But they wanted to make it a little different, have its own taste with it, so they just put the 2 Ks in there. Yes, sir.